This is the late evening of Sunday, the second day of August 2026. I'm supposed to broadcast this news live, but the network is not helping. I don't really know what to do with this network. Anyway, it's all about the government that invaded the Catholic Church in Enugu, that abducted a seminarian and other people. Though the police, Nigerian police force, is now telling us that it was two persons they kidnapped, a seminarian and one other people, because the church service have not started then. So people were even coming hearing that terrorists are in the church. They said they were seven. They were carrying AK-45. So this is a story from the eyewitness. Now, there are so many things that will make you to understand in this video about, what possibly caused this attack. Mind you, this is not the first time terrorists are attacking the church. By the way, they have ever vowed that, this war is between them and the Christians. So a lot of persons are also asking, are you sure they are this kind of terrorists? Or are you sure they are this kind of terrorists? Anyway, police has confirmed that the people who invaded the church are terrorists. They are bandits. So let's listen to the eyewitness. Is what they said. I will explain it in English. They spoke in Igbo language. So stay with me while we analyze what transpired.
Anyị nọ mmiri na-edo ebe anyị na-akwado ụka anyị na-akwado ụka ka anyị jebe ụka n'ife anyị fụziri ka anyị na-akwado na ndị ọzọ agbarụgba atachi na ndị na semibiara anyị ụka na ndị ọzọ nọ n'ụlọ ụka na kachikiz anyị na-akpara awa efụba so ka anyị na-agbagharịzi ka anyị eji wee na ndị polisi anyị were gbara bịa chike saịdị ọma anyị gosiwe saịdị ndị polisi were gbara bịa so ka anyị niile boys ati okwu anyị gbaba edo maasị fancha niile bucha egbe fa dị 7 in number fa bucha AK-45 fancha niile we anyị bụ gba aka nkịtị na ka anyị dị onwe ife anyị ji na-eyi ụtọ anyị ka yi ụtọ masarị aka nkịtị ka anyị gba anyị ka akpa aka gbara tụba ndị ji egbe anyị ka agba aka anyị dị winning ịba bush anyị dị winning ịba bush anyị ka agba aka mmiri na be anyị maka ndị kidnappers. Okay, now no man na ba n'ime ụlọ ụka ka abịa n'ime church. Imagine.
Governor na na-akpọzukwu unu.
Governor biko anyị na-anya aka. N'anya n'aka na ba anyị na do step. Aka nkịtị ka anyị na-achụ ndị kidnappers. Anyị nkịtị ka anyị gba. Ọ dị mma. I'm back at the AK-47. Back at the AK-47. Because government non kidnapper. Magneto non kidnapper. Because government Nanyaka. Now for people yeah, you have a corner. Governor Pitamba. Benya Nanyaka. Peter Banana, I make you to Salaba. Open now, you pay when I don't have I'm back. I'm going to catch on. I will get to. And then there is a neighbor. I the car can't get to where to talk about. So because I know your Pitamba, what are you saying, Marca? What are you saying, Marca? If I know, everybody know, but I'm buying a buffer. Nemo, look at how I was seminary and I don't. It's unfair. It's unfair. I know one because. Naka. Obodo kita anabia na baya because the buying Nina. Mana you time was at it. Omo ekwi. Baraka nkiti na security anya. No arms. Security anya never no arms. I can walk away the bog. We cannot go with empty-handed. Peter, but do something for us. Do something. We are begging you. We are begging. We are begging you, Peter, but do something.
Chairman who the local government.
Chairman local government. Chairman who the local government. We are not calling on you. We are youth. We are calling on you. Speaker. Yeah, speaker. I am begging. Because speaker, I am begging. I am begging. Because no, you went away. I didn't do but about I be able to mad with no way for you. Okay, next man, somebody can I look up. Or do another car? My cousin, no cabana, look about Odia, or the ma, or the mamma. So you want to one?
All right, now you are still watching up to this point. For those of you who don't understand the Igbo language, this is what the man was trying to say, that yes, terrorists invaded their church. Even when people were coming to the church, they were hearing that terrorists are in the church. He said that they wanted to go after them, but not with just mere hands. The terrorists, we shoot them. They don't even have shoot and run, that single hunter guns. So how do you want them to fight these terrorists? So if these people were having guns, the terrorists will not go unpunished. They could have chased them and it could have become a gun battle. And probably these people will defeat them because they know the road and the terrain. I'm not saying that the terrorists don't know the road. But now, let's come to the reality of this attack. Yes, churches has been a target, okay? And some mosques as well has also been a target. People have been killed left and right. Then I ask, this is just a question, it's an opinion. I'm not trying to say that this is mediated by or caused by the confrontation between the Catholic bishops and Bola Tinubu's administration. No, that is not what I'm saying. But I'm trying to ask question. Right from the day before yesterday, is it day before yesterday? Yes, that Cardinal John Onaikan went to Terrørists News to discuss the business of the meeting they transacted with Tinubu in Aso Rock, saying that they had disagreement. And the thing sparked some controversies, and someone like Daniel Bwanda was using his mouth to challenge Cardinal Onaikan. And, people were telling him, Tinubu is not Onaikan mate. Forget about age. This is a cardinal. We are not talking about a president here. So there are mixed reactions about that, okay? Right from that day to today, Catholic churches have been attacked. I mean, two. One in Kogi State, another one in Enugu. So it raises a genuine question. Does Onaikan's interview with Charles on Terrørists News triggered the terrorists to start attacking the Catholic Church? Were terrorists offended? If you offend Tinubu, does it mean you offend the terrorists? Or if you have disagreement with Tinubu, does it mean you have disagreement with the terrorists? We are just trying to ask questions. Because right from that day, 2 Catholic churches were attacked. A seminarian was kidnapped in Kogi State. A seminarian was also kidnapped in Enugu State. Something is wrong somewhere. It's not ordinary, okay? This is not ordinary. However, don't forget that the Department of State Service, DSS, gave an alarm, wrote a letter to the Nigerian army in Borno State and is it Bauchi, right? That Boko Haram want to start attacking churches and start kidnapping pastors. So this was a letter DSS wrote to the Nigerian military. Could it be that they have started attacking churches, kidnapping pastors like they used to do before? So there is a complication about this. And I wish that these people will be apprehended so that we know the direct source, like we know what is going on. I wish these people will be apprehended. I wish they will be caught. And I hope the seminarian will make it live back so that he can also narrate what transpired and the people who kidnapped him as well. So this is something that is not fair at all. It's not fair. Okay, it is going to be triggering tension. People will be afraid to go to church. And this was what the Catholic bishops were telling Tinubu the last time they met. Telling him that they are not telling you the truth. Also today, I hope you've seen the news. 70 persons were kidnapped this morning. 5 soldiers were killed. Vanguard newspaper says 6 soldiers. But I confirm it was 5 soldiers. 5 soldiers were killed. 70 persons were abducted today. The other day, 30 people. In Sokoto, yesterday, 20 people were killed. Killing everywhere. Today attack, tomorrow attack. And Tinubu is telling Catholic bishops that the country is secured. Like who has bewitched these people? Oh, maybe this is the kind of security they need. All these terrorists said that they want peace. That is why they are fighting. Then if you ask them, what do you mean by you want peace? That is why you are fighting. They said when Sharia will take over Nigeria, then there will be peace. Like everywhere will be calm. So is that what Tinubu meant? Because I can't understand that despite all this killing rampart, every day Tinubu is telling Catholic bishops that Nigeria is secured. Or are they just telling this man lies or he don't know anything that is going on? no, something is wrong. So it's not an ordinary. You know, I have warned people about psycho conditioning. I have warned people about the disadvantage of psycho conditioning. I want people that today killing, tomorrow killing. Time will come, people will commonize this killing. Like people will feel that, oh, is it not killing? Is it not bandits attack? Is it not terrorist attack? Is it not this? Is it not that? Time will come. This is what people will be saying. This is what they will be doing. And it is happening. And if you tell them that 70 people were kidnapped today and 5 soldiers were killed, they will say it is in the north now. Oh, 20 persons were killed in Sokoto, it is in the north now. There is an attack in Borno State today, it is in the north now. Oh, a seminarian was kidnapped in Kogi State, it is in the north now. Benue State, Plateau State, 30 persons were killed about 5 days ago, it is in the north now. Benue State, an attack that happened to 15 people a week ago, it is in the north now. Oh, today, terrorists attack at the church in Enugu. It's Enugu now. When are we going to learn? No, when are we going to learn? Like, is this how we should be doing things? Like, is this how we are just going to continue to just hear, listen, entertain it, and forget about it? Hear, listen, entertain it, forget about it. You are entertaining what is going to destroy the future. By the way, it has destroyed the present. We are not even talking about the future, but I'm just trying to refer to what could come, the grievous things that could come in the future. So, these people are saying that if they had gone, they could have rescued these people. And I continue to advocate for gun revolution. If there is, Catholic Church is well organized. Beef up your security. Any church that can afford voluntary vigilante, beef up your security. After your harvest, buy guns. Have a security outfit. The church should protect herself. Protect yourself. They will kill you. Nothing will happen. This is Nigeria that protests terrorists. Someone who created Boko Haram is campaigning for Tinubu, going from one TV station to the another. Nothing. Nobody arrested him. I mean someone who created Boko Haram, but he traveled to Cameroon. They arrested him in Cameroon. They detained him in Cameroon. And it was Nigeria government that made court to rescue him back again. Then you want citizens to feel that all is well? No, all is not well. There is a problem, a big problem. There is a big problem. It's a big problem. So, the reality of what the Catholic bishop said, everything they explained, is what is happening now. Yeah, that is what is happening now. The future is not guaranteed. You may claim it by faith. You may say whatever you want to say. I'm not the kind of people that talk about dash hopes. You talk about what you've never seen. No, I talk about the reality. Because every life we are seeing today is because of what we did not do right yesterday. The actions we refused to take yesterday is what is affecting us today. So, you see the future. You see the way we are keeping quiet about all this killing. You see what is going on. That will determine how the future is going to be. You can't pray your way out in the future. It doesn't happen. You must take action. If it requires arms, you carry arms. If it requires guns, buy guns. Go to training. Because life is one. God forbid. If they open one trigger, just one bullet on the head of that seminarian, his own is gone. What is his crime? His crime is that he went to church to serve his God. Like, this is life in Nigeria. He went to church to serve his God. Shall we continue like this? Or how long shall we continue like this?
I've served the military intelligence for the past 35 years. It has always been the case. Our problem is religion and social-cultural. I mean, people will expect me to come here and start talking about kinetics, about operation and so on. I've been an operational commander all my life. I've commanded warships, I've commanded troops, I've commanded men outside Nigeria and so on. But I'm not going to come to your station to discuss kinetics. The problem is not kinetics. In 2017, 2016, I'm always a member of the Security and Intelligence Brief at the Defense Headquarters. I said the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues.
Yeah.
But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who
I was in the military intelligence. And the defense headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem. Because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that the government has refused to try them? You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012.
Yeah.
And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Aso Rock. Why should a government try to cause this kind of embarrassment and insecurity to the sense of what happened yesterday? And the solution I gave them in 2017, because when I identified the center of gravity for General Shocking, and they couldn't pursue it, because some of them were ministers. And what I'm saying now, the Department of State Services are listening to me. They know them.
Yeah. You know, Commodore.
So the solution I gave them was that if we can't pursue the policy strategic level, because the people that we need to talk to are also, going to be difficult to deal with. I said what they should do now is to conduct two things. We should buy blimps. The blimps are not UAVs. They are not drones. Blimps are equipment that can fly up to 10,000 feet, 30,000 feet, static if you want, mobile if you want, and they carry a lot of payload. We saw them in Afghanistan. We saw them in Kenya. This will be something that can give us real-time intelligence, and we can know where these bandits or terrorists, where they emanate from, when they finish operations that they've done, where they go back to.
Okay. Well,
they did not buy this equipment up to. This government does not want to resolve this problem. They are escalating it because of tribal and religious sentiments.
So when you say this government does not want to resolve it, don't forget the same government has purchased. In fact, they're going to induct the Super Tucano jet because of, the insecurity situation. They have, the president has had to change guards, as it were, as a result of people's clamor. I imagine if that was not in the thinking, why would you go that length to make some of the, some of the pronouncements, the meetings that have happened, the purchase, the change of guard and the rest? Why would they do all that if they don't want to sort this?
Because that is not the solution. What you just mentioned is not the solution. When you have a problem at policy level, strategic level, operational level, when you have a problem, what you need to do is to identify the center of gravity of that problem and attack it. That's what you do. What they are doing is not attacking the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram and insurgency. So if the president is buying Super Tucano, is changing service chiefs, that is not the solution. We are looking at the wrong side. It's not kinetic. It's politics.
Are you ruling out kinetic altogether?
I can't rule out kinetic because
so it's
a spectrum. It's a spectrum, so you can't rule out something. But the center of gravity is what they should look at. And what is it? I'm saying it on this channel. It is the sponsor of Boko Haram and bandits.
And speaking about the sponsors, when you say the DSS, and they could be listening to you, but so they profile, part of their responsibility is to profile all of these persons before they either vie for elections or before, they are nominated for any of these positions. Doesn't that happen? Don't they get intel and say, look, this, and this is what we found, and then we don't think that this should proceed further. Doesn't that happen?
It does. You know, when I worked with the DSS in 2007, because when Yaradua approved the operational order that we did, we now have to work together as a team. He actually forced all of us to sit down together and work together. I was surprised at the tremendous amount of information had by DSS. I was shocked. We in DI, I was in Defense Intelligence Agency, and when they were forced to bring out the files, I was shocked. They have so much information at DSS presently as I'm talking about what I'm talking about. They have. But you see, if a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the Commander-in-Chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The Chief of Naval Staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized.
You know, assuming but not conceding that, that all of this is the case. So what is the end game? Because I imagine as a strategist, that's what you think about too. So these things are happening. What is the end game? So why will this be allowed to fester? For what purpose?
The end game for them, because we did, normally when you want to look at this type of challenges, what you do is that you go through what we call the intelligence circle. Okay? When you do the processing and you do the analysis before dissemination point, you discover that the end game for them is to just turn this country into like a Taliban type of country. And it's a mindset. And anything goes. In other words, 10% casualties, 20% casualties is allowed in trying to achieve the end game of Islamizing this country.
That's for the terrorists, the bandits.
It's not for the terrorists and the bandits, for the sponsors. Because I told you, and I will repeat on this channel, the sponsors of Boko Haram and the bandits are the problems. And defense headquarters, the army headquarters, the naval headquarters, the air force cannot do anything about that. Buhari has to do something about that. The Interpol has the list of those people that are sponsoring Boko Haram. I work with Interpol. They should ask, if they don't know, they should ask. The government of Dubai, they have the list of those people. During the trial of those people that were caught, names were mentioned. They have the list. The government also told us that they've arrested 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Why should a government not try those people and bring peace and harmony and safety to this nation? Why won't a government do that? Those people that are going to harass cadets and officers in NDA, they live around the place. I know NDA very well. I was in Georgia, I was in NDA as young officers, and I know the area very well. They live around the place. So why can't you put up a blimp that can see what they are doing in real time and eliminate them? Why won't you do that?
In fact, there were more details saying that some persons slept up, but we'll come to that hopefully. Mark has got some questions for you.